Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Ready to win. Fatality.
Basement Politics Unfiltered. Coming out a little late. Better late than never, right? It's the Spano camp concern. What do you think, folks? Do you believe that they believe they have it in the bag? Anthony Moranti, councilman out of the 6th district there, also running for mayor, as you may already know. I'd love to play it, Anthony. Is that Texas help or tax help? Because I don't know what happened with John Rubo, but someone needed to help him out. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. That's my guy, Anthony Moranti from the 6th district. What do you think about the guy? It's budget season, so there are a lot of meetings involving the budget, obviously. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some salaries here, right? Somebody was upset about this. I think people are upset. I get information from people. They call me. I get a lot of information. Lately, I've been getting a lot of information coming at me from, different sources. Whether or not that stuff is true or not, I'm having to verify, a lot of it. But I want to discuss it anyway because, you guys can help me out, right? Because we formed this army of people that now dig for information and then they, give me whatever they find and then we share. So I want to put this out there so my diggers can dig. And so I want to talk about information that I get, whether it's true or not. Are people, giving me information to mislead me, or is it true? Am I getting some of this information because, maybe there's some concern there and they're wanting to cause friction between camps? So I did get information in regards to a gentleman by the name of Bogdan Feciasko, Feciaszko. And this gentleman, we're talking about, budget, right? And money and management of money. And this whole nepotism article that's been coming out in the story that's been, now, being spread about Mike Spano and the, family members and how much they're getting paid, but also the patronage, right? There's the patronage jobs, the people that have gotten a job because they do favors, they support, they campaign, and they also get these high salaries. And not only do they get appointed, sometimes they may not be qualified, or, sometimes maybe their test that I'm hearing now. Another thing that I'm trying to verify is that certain individuals, because they belong to certain families or part of certain elite groups, actually get to take the civil service exam ahead of others. So I'm still verifying this. This is just information I'm getting. So again, bear with me. I try to verify this stuff and I shared it. But the individual, the source I'm saying is that this one individual that is just a friend of a Spanos. He's Vinny's friend. Sometimes he'll pick Vinny up if he needs a ride home. Look, Vinny Spano can be responsible. I think everyone else can be, right? He makes sure he gets a ride when he's out and about. But this individual started at the Polish Center, and then he went to working as a security over at City Hall. At the front, he was hired there, making $78,000. Then the next year, his second year, after working as security there, when he got that job, he made $90,000. So he got a $20,000 or just under $20,000 raise. Right, actually a $12,000 raise. And in 2019, he was promoted from security to maintenance mechanic, M&M. That's what they call it, I guess, the M&M, according to the source, where he was making $107,000 now. And this is in year 3, right? That's pretty good. First year as a union as a maintenance mechanic, making already $107,000. And, this is very frustrating to many employees who have been there for 20 plus years and have not seen these, extreme raises, right? They don't see that, and they're wondering why. We work so hard. We've been here 20 plus years, and we're making less than these guys, or just a bit over these guys, right? And then so the individual in 2020, Tommy T, transferred this guy, right, into a department. But in order to transfer this guy into that department, he had to remove somebody else from that department, a guy who was there for 20 plus years. The guy didn't want to be transferred, but because this guy Bogdan is cool, you know, here with the Spano, Vinny Spano, Tommy T, obviously he's, you know, one of the Spano family and friend members, right? He's also good friends with Tom Meyer. And a lot of people dislike Tommy T up in DPW. A lot of the DPW guys do. And so he got him in there. The guy who was there for 20 years didn't want to get transferred, but they forced him out. That pissed him off. He was making $115,000, and that's 2020. Now in 2021, he jumped up to $136,000. Remember, we started at $78,000. And in 2022, he was at $145,000. Now, he was hired in 2017 in City Hall as head security. In 2022, he's making $145,000, from $78,000 to $145,000. Double his salary in 6 years. And there's steps to this, right? There are different step raises. Like, you know, you have your 10-year longevity pay raise, your 15-year longevity pay raise, your 20-year longevity pay raise. But for some reason, this individual seemed to have bypassed all that. And in 6 years, he's at $145,000. And look, no one is trying to blow anyone's spot, hurt anyone's pockets. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this isn't a for-profit business. This is taxpayers funding individuals so that they can operate the city, so we can maintain the roads, which are not being maintained. This is another thing, right? Now, if the roads were flawless, if the, you know, no crime, no stores are getting broken into, if business owners could open up their businesses with no problems at the building department, if they can go online and look up their records with no problem in the building department, if the schools were immaculate, great, amazing, no complaints, damn near, I don't think people would care. But see, that's not happening. That's the problem, right? So that's not happening. We got potholes everywhere. My cars have been damaged, all up, and I'm sure a lot of people's cars have been damaged. The schools, people complaining. People are complaining. Everything from the, you know, quality, the supplies, the curriculum, the violence, the lack of, you know, services and support, particularly for parents and students, you know, dealing with IEPs and the services that are required for them, right? So there's so much going on that's, you know, so much that's lacking, that when it comes to this, the people get frustrated. So many people in the city of Yonkers are not making that much money, and they're having to deal with all these, you know, problems we have here. And so that's a problem. And so people are calling me. They're sending me in this information. They want me to know, and they want you, the people, to know. So I have to put it out on their behalf. That's what the platform is for, to inform the people, right? And not to pick on Steve Squig, right? This is another individual that I was giving this information about. In 2021, he made $207,000. In 2022, he made $202,000. But Steve started in 2019. No, that's a different Steve. I'm sorry. That's the same Steve. Yeah, making 114. 2017. I'm sorry, not 19. 2017, making $114,000. Then 2018, he went up to 124. Then he jumped up in 2019 to 137. In 2020, 154. And then in 2021, 207,000. Now here's an issue. See, that's an anomaly, right? As I would call. Why? Why is it an anomaly? Why is it that in 2021, where he made 207,000, and in 2022 he made 202,000, an anomaly, when the years prior, 4 years prior, he made no more than $154,000? Well, in 2020 and 2021, we were shut down. There was a pandemic. So how were individuals getting all this overtime? To their salaries are so high in 2021, right? It shouldn't be that high. It should have been less work. Everything was shut down. City Hall was shut down. There was nobody there. Yet and still, so many people got raises and so extra overtime during that time. Wasn't it supposed to be only like essential people out there on the roads, And Steve's partner, they say, the guy's at EMW making $199,000. Not even an M&M. He's an EMW, environmental maintenance worker. Frank making $100,000 more than an M&M, but an M&M is a higher position. Unbelievable. Freddie, I worked for 23 years for the Yonkers Public Schools, and I don't make that amount of money. 23 years. And you work for the Yonkers Public Schools. That's important. Our kids, right? Regardless of what role you play, it's important to maintain and operate. You are, like, as you said, Jose Diaz, who's running for county legislator in District 17. Make sure you vote for him. Make sure you vote for him. They're the backbone, the maintenance, the grounds and, what was it again? Buildings and grounds. They're the backbone, but they are limited in what they can do. They are limited in their tools. They're limited in fundings. Most of the money that they have, their budget, goes to the supervisors. They make all the money. These guys here, what are they doing? What is Frank doing as an EMW? What is Steve doing as an M&M? Making $200,000 a year plus. Why? This is unusual. I'm hearing from many longtime employees, people who know the city well, that before Mayor Spano's administration, salaries weren't this high. An M&M didn't make more than $120,000. But now you got them at 207. And that's upsetting to some people because, as Jose Diaz said, I've been there 23 years and I don't make that much. As the individuals that have reached out to me, same thing. 20 years and I got to see this young guy come in over me, make more money or make as much as me. They don't do as much work. And a lot of us guys are getting pushed out. And that's not right. So are the Spanos concerned? Are they promising jobs to a lot of people? That's why they push people out during the election year, especially, so they can fill those vacancies with people that supported that election cycle. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Gail Burns. I don't know how true this is. Again, maybe you guys can help me verify this. Gail Burns, there's a whole lot going on over there in Midland Avenue. I heard she owns a lot of apartments over at Tibbetts and with the Spanos. And she gave the mayor's nephew, Len, a building for his wedding. I don't know. Can you guys help me verify that? That's crazy. That's unbelievable. If that is true. Wow. Folks, so I'm getting a lot of information and, I'm trying to decipher whether it's true or not. Individuals giving me information to mislead me, send me down the wrong path, keep me distracted. The most important thing is the nepotism and the patronage jobs, the promotion, and also the election fraud that I know, it could be just my opinion, but that's what I believe is happening in the Westchester County Board of Elections. And we've seen this already happen. I've shared the article. Zahi Jerris in 1998 pled guilty to election fraud. And he's still involved in the Westchester County Board of Elections. We have to watch those poll inspectors all throughout the county. Who hired them? Who trained them? Was it that IT guy? Right, folks? So that's very important. That's the important topics that I'm speaking about that I think we should focus on. All this other stuff, it's important as well. Budget and all that when I discuss the meetings. But this information that I'm getting about individuals, I'm trying to just understand, why am I getting it? Why are these people sending it to me? Is it true? Is it to distract me? Is it to cause problems among people? Is it to cause problems between myself and other people? Or is it to cause problems between certain groups purposely? And I'm wondering if the Spanos are concerned with certain members of the Arab community. Zahi Jeris, again, is very powerful in campaigns or in elections because he understands the voting process. He understands the election process, ballots, and all that. He gets it. He watches it live in real time. He knows how to manipulate certain individuals within certain positions in order to get what he wants. This has been documented. He's been accused of ballot, harvesting, forging signatures. And we've seen this happen here in Yonkers. And there's a case up in Mount Kisco in the mayor's race. And it's connected to an individual named Bill Satori. Is that correct? He is an interesting character as he just recently got a job, last year, with the city in the mayor's office, $48,000 a year. Doing exactly what? I hear he's connected to a very powerful Northern Westchester Democratic Committee alliance. Are they looking to buy favoritism with that alliance? Some say yes. Bill used to want to be an actor. In fact, I believe his uncle was the first host of The Price is Right. Just fun facts. So we have to be careful with our elections. We need federal oversight of these elections. There's no doubt about it that Zahi Jeris has his hand, his tentacles all over these elections. He is the man behind Sinead Williams, who's running for District 16 against Christopher Johnson. But folks, in my experience and the experience of others, she will not help you. She doesn't care. Do not vote her in. You're better off with Chris. Then you have Zahi, who's behind Tasha Diaz. They just recently challenged Hector Santiago's petitions, which they got him kicked off the Democratic ticket. But I hear he'll be in the general election on the Working Family Party. How did he keep that line and Corazon lose it? Zahi Jeris actually was the one that sat in the, the informal hearing, as Tommy Meyer Jr. would describe it, challenging Hector Santiago's signatures. He had full control of that hearing, and he intends on having full control of these elections. And that makes him powerful. Even the Spanos, with all their money and their vast network of family members and friends, are concerned. Will he flip? Will the Arabic community come together, make amends? It's cultural. Will they team up against the Spanos and finally realize how powerful they are? And they should have done this a long time ago. But some were just too scared. Am I getting information from people on the side of the Spanos in order to throw out there on the Arabic community, specifically the Sage family, in order to cause problems? I don't know. This is where I need help. This is why I'm talking to you guys. Recently, I received a video from an anonymous emailer, who emailed me quite a few times. And I'm still really trying to verify this emailer. I don't know if it's a joke, if it's a strategy of someone's camp, or just an attempt to hurt certain people. But I received a video in regards to Joseph Sage, the nephew of Nader Sage, the New York State Assemblyman, claiming that he had an illegitimate child and that Nader Sage was working along with foreign dignitaries. That's right, foreign dignitaries, in order to get this illegitimate child from Venezuela. According to the email, this happened during a time he was in Aruba attending medical school, which he was, and he did, according to his Twitter, Xavier Medical School. So did he father a child in Aruba with a Venezuelan woman who they are trying to get back to the States? I don't know. It's just, why am I being sent this information? Is it to cause problems? Or is it true? Can anyone help me? I'm truly trying to understand, because I need to know what's real and what's not. They're trying to throw me off because they're concerned. Freddy Vasquez is saying some things that are very true. Let's take a look at the video, folks. You tell me. It's definitely Joseph Sage. He's in the video. And Joseph Sage has, put posts about me, and I understand it. I get it. I'm talking about certain members, I guess his uncle, Nader Sage. May I mention some other people. But what's going on here? And it's interesting because you can actually see his the puppet that he used, that he posted with when he posts my information up. And he has this puppet, and I just don't know. And they're saying some interesting things here in this email, but I just don't know. Let me see. You tell me, guys. Let me see if I can get it up here. Should have had it ready. I just don't know. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the video of my Spano? So here we go.
That's Waleed.
Yes. Y puso tin como uno.
So here, underneath the sunshine, it says, "This is my kid, everybody." And this is a young girl who could be
That's Waleed.
well, if it could not be. And this here is Joseph Sage. Is this his kid? Or is Joseph Sage playing a joke on me, because he does like to refer to himself as an evil genius? But then I thought, why would he send me this with himself in it? Does he want to say, hey, look, Freddie is attacking me. He's trying to accuse me of having a kid, or he's looking for anything, or I was just joking? And the reason why I talk about it is because if that is the case, I want him to know that I know, and I'm going to put it out in this way. And so that way, hopefully, they'll think about not doing it, and it won't work. But if it's real, then that's very interesting. Is the assemblyman out of New York State working with foreign dignitaries in order to bring this young girl and her mother to the States? I don't understand. And they mentioned Zahi Jeris. They said if this got out, Zahi Jeris is over. They're going to kick him out the community. They don't want this getting out. You're messing with Freddy Vasquez, and now he's going to find information. Or maybe, again, they're egging me to put it out, to look stupid. What do you think? What do you think?
Yes.
We're in this together.
Puso tin como uno.
And that's it there. Someone on the phone says, you want me to make you pancakes?
That's Waleed.
Yes.
So I want to know what you think, folks. Am I getting this information? And it came with other information about oil companies in California and connections here, quite possible to even Spanos. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I try to bounce it off certain people I could trust to see what they thought was. And they're not sure. Some of it is true, some of it is not, but that's how good lies. Well, I can't say some of it is not. Some of it is true, some of it has not been verified. That's a problem. We can't really dismiss any of it. Very strange. I don't know what's going on there with the oil business and shells and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that this person that was disturbed in their home by city employees is not voting for Spano. Carlos Moran, the head of human resources, was out canvassing for the mayor. And so are they concerned? They got people out there hitting the streets hard. This is why Carlos Moran makes $193, 90-some thousand, 180, almost $90,000 a year. I have heard from people that they can't go to him, employees. That's a death sentence, termination, retaliatory, if you complain about the nepotism. And I hear the union not helping anymore. No more. Union gone. That's what some of the guys are saying. Carlos Moran knocks on the door here, asks for certain someone. He then presents a palm card and says, June is the primaries. The man looks at the palm card, notices that it belongs to the current mayor and says, I'm not voting for the mayor. Carlos Moran seemed quite surprised. Why, Carlos? Only you and everyone else with a logo of the city of Yonkers is supporting a fourth term. Carlos, you guys really don't believe it? I don't know what to tell you. So here they go, skipping along. What you have to do to be employed. This is part of your job description for all city employees. Haircut today. He says he got his hair cut today. This is a weekday. Did you do it during work hours? And then he goes, I went to, what's his name? So one thing that they do is if you're on the in crowd and you're a part of the, game here and you open up a business, they'll send people. They'll say, okay, you got to go to this business. Make sure you go to this deli. Make sure you go to this barber. And I got the pictures of the DPW guys in the barber chairs with the car, DPW truck, parked in front of the fire hydrant. You can see them through the window sitting in the barber chair. Could have been during lunch, right? So I guess that's what they do. And they probably go to a certain barber that's connected, just like they go to a certain mobile phone store, even though some have complained about the phones.
I went to what's his name? What's down there?
I went to what's his name?
Where are we now? New room. Hi, so dude. Remind you, June 27th.
Oh, no, I don't. No, thank you.
Okay, but June 27th is the primary.
Pardon me?
June 27th is the primary.
Yeah, we won't be voting for the mayor. Thank you.
What's that?
You heard him? He said, what's that? And then the other guy says, we won't be voting for the mayor. He repeated what the guy said. The guy said, we won't be voting for the mayor. This is not unique. This is the consensus. Unless you work for the city, but not even, because there are many in the city or city employees who are hoping that there is a change. So this is not the consensus. I mean, I should say this is the consensus. The consensus is not they want a fourth term, but they don't want a fourth term. All Republican, Independents, Democrats have all said they want someone else. Even those who have supported Spano at one time. They're tired of it. It's gotten out of hand. The nepotism has gotten so bad. You won't be voting for the mayor. That's what he said. So are the Spano campaign concerned? Well, I know that more stuff is going to be coming out in regards to the Spanos and the nepotism and the patronage, and it's not going to stop. There's people really going hard with this. They're sharing more and more information. And so I know that they had a secret meeting. I don't know if it's a secret, but they had a meeting at Nick Spano's house over the weekend. I got a bunch of people calling me. They're meeting. There's a bunch of cars. There's a meeting going on at Nick Spano's house. I wasn't far, but I'm not going to go. That's not what I do. Mike Spano must resign. Where is the Yonkers City Council? They must do their job and call on Liam McLaughlin to open an investigation at the Westchester County District Attorney's Office recommended. Oh, that as the county DA recommended. They're not going to do that. You know that. They got their positions because of Mike Spano. Remember Lakeisha as she thanked the mayor for believing in her? It wasn't the people that believed in you and voted for you. It was the mayor. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you were voted in by the people. I thought it was the people believing in you while you got that position. But now the people no longer believe in you. I'm sure the mayor still does. I guarantee it. Right? He knows. He knows. What else I got here? Who was out and about?
Yo, Fred, what's going on out here, bro? I never seen these people a day in my life in the hood. But now they want honk and vote for these people. It's the first time I ever seen these people out here.
Margaret Coleman for
Yo,
mayor.
Fred, what's going on out here, bro?
So see,
I
folks,
never
I get videos, I get text messages, I get Facebook messages, I get Instagram messages. People know Freddie Vasquez. So be careful who you badmouth me to. I know most of you among, well, not most, but a lot of you among the city talk crap about me. I know y'all all talking about how I was born in a jail, but if you had just watched that podcast, you would already have known. I wear like a badge of honor. It didn't define who I am. And I didn't have to take taxpayer money to do that. That's Margaret Coleman. People are wondering what's going on with the Coleman camp. She's been silent. Is she really there to win it? Or is she there to spoil Corazon's chances? I got another, source, news source that just popped up, and he's telling me about this, this whole race. Mike Spano's going to win. Mike's got it. He's saying Mike's got it. He's going to win. Because at the end of the day, the other candidates are not really in it to win it. Well, except Corazon, actually. But I was told, Margaret Coleman may not be in it to win it, and also Moranti may not be in it to win it. I don't know if that's true. I'm just telling you what people have said. They're wondering what's going on. So is Margaret Coleman there to split the vote? I have been seeing more signs for Margaret Coleman. In fact, one business, and I won't say which one, originally had a Mike Spano sign. And I said, Mike Spano. But then I left, I came back, I drove past it again, and it had a Margaret Coleman sign instead. I don't know what happened there. But now it has a Margaret Coleman for mayor sign. Guess the business owner changed his mind. Maybe he doesn't know how this works. Maybe I should go tell him. I would hate for him to have any issues like I did. That's for sure. Moranti is 100% in it to win it. He keeps spending all his own money. Yeah. Definitely, he spends his own money. And again, this could be information from people just trying to throw me off, just trying to make it look, a certain way. That's why I say, I don't know. This is what people are saying, not confirmed. So are people trying to throw me off, give me misinformation, misguide me, lead me down the wrong path, lead me down a rabbit hole, keep me distracted from letting you folks know that Zahi Jeris, no doubt about it, is going to cheat these elections. He's involved, right? So in my opinion, in my strong opinion, since he's done it before, it's been documented. I mean, do we have to be fooled twice? Because it'll be shame on us. Remember, definitely he's going to be actively trying to manipulate these elections. Remember, his sister found 18 ballots to help Nick Spano win. Ain't that something? He seems to always be around this, kind of stuff, right? Elections fraud and ballot harvesting and forging of petitions. That seems to be what Zahi Jeris's, aura is all about, right? Not trying to throw you off. No, not you. I'm not talking about you. I mean, people who are telling me that Moranti isn't in it to win it. The people that are saying Moranti is there to help the Spanos, I'm saying, are they trying to throw me off by saying that? And he really is in it to win it. So no, I'm not referring to you. I'm sorry. Moranti is legit. I hear that more often than I hear he's not. I mean, it's probably maybe like a few people, no more than a hand, I could count on one hand, I should say, of the amount of people that have mentioned that to me. So, again, is it true or is it just people trying to throw me off? And he's really in it to win it, and he's legit. He recently put out an article I see calling on an investigation. Or saying, not calling on it, but saying that the investigation needs to, there needs to happen, right? Thank you. Big fan of yours. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And I'm getting that a lot. So I appreciate that. And so I'm hearing certain things and I'm just putting it out there. Is Zahi Jeris and should I say it is? I'm hearing this from other sources, right? So it's like this. You know, if I hear it from multiple sources, if one source says, hey, I hear this, but don't say nothing, and then I'm hearing it from other sources and they say they want me to say something, what do I do? What do I do? Do I say it? One source wants me to, the other source doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I won't say it, right? Maybe that's just better because at least there's no harm. That's what I'm going to do. He keeps working hard with the term limit referendum. Yes, he is. I definitely know that he's getting a lot of signatures out there on that, or maybe he collected enough signatures already. I signed it. I absolutely did sign it, and I saw the people signing it. And there's other things that are going on there, right, with the petitions and stuff like that. So, what time is it? Yeah, I'm up out of here, folks. I want to come on and just talk about that. So, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of information, and, some of it, I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if they're trying to throw me off. I don't know if they're trying to cause problems. I don't know if, hey, are the Spanos concerned? Because, when I was speaking with Vinny Spano, there were some questions, or I don't know if they were real concerns or he was just trying to throw me off, right? Who knows? He was worried a little bit or seemed to be concerned or wondering whether or not Zahi Jarris and the Caters were going to, make amends because, people say that's the Arabic community. They fight and then they come back. And that's the Hispanic community too. It's the Italian community too. Maybe every community, right? We fight as family. You fight and you come back. You fight and you come back. That's how it is. And so that may be concerning for the Spanos if the Caters and Zahi and the Sages and all the other, Rabadi, political heavyweights in the Arabic community form an alliance. Imagine that. Imagine that. You guys have a lot of money. Guys are and gals, very smart. Right? Makes a lot of sense, man. Why you guys can't do that? That's what I would be champion for. If I was Zahi Jarris, I would be cheating for my people, for the Arabic community, for Arabic should I say Arab candidates? That's who I would. I would have been cheating for Mike Cater. I would have been cheating for Native Sage and anyone in my community, not helping and cheating, against them. I'm just saying. That's just me. If I was Zahi, I don't know why Zahi. Come on, why are you dissing your own community, man? Come on, man. Cause the divide, you know that. You got a big divide there, man, and that's not cool. So, folks, if you guys can help me out with that Joseph Sage video, that just Joseph playing games. Joseph, are you playing games? Did you film some little girl and say that's your daughter? And say, I'm gonna send this to Freddie Vasquez, and I'm gonna create this whole thing, this whole story about how, there's big oil money in California, some oil distribution, in Cali connected to, or started by a billionaire now from Yonkers. But a lot of guys here that are still here have invested in it, are making a lot of money. And some of that money is funneled to the Spanos. And then, there's this girl in Venezuela that they're trying to get because they don't want this to come out, blah, blah, blah. If it does, Zahi Jarris. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. Can you help me confirm that? It'd be interesting, though, if the assemblyman is working with foreign dignitaries in order to get a young girl, his niece, back into the United States, or not back, but to the United States. That might be an interesting story, right? I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. I'm going to be talking about the salary stuff. They're giving me a lot of information on the salary stuff. It's also going to be coming out in terms of patronage because, again, it's not just who has a job, what job they got, but also how much they're getting paid, how quickly did they get these raises, and did they deserve all that overtime hour that they got, right? So it's a lot of stuff to look into. Anyway, folks, have a beautiful Wednesday. Enjoy. Oh, peace out. By the way, I posted about thinking, I'm so paranoid. This thing makes me so paranoid that, it was actually my competitor that was messing with me, and I thought it was like people, I'm like, nah, what, are these people really getting to but it wasn't. It was my competitor. I've just, there's these, these guys, they're scammers, man. They do anything to get business, man. Scamming. Anyway, folks, I'm Freddie Vasquez. Enjoy your beautiful day tomorrow. Peace out. And if you got, anything, email me at politicwithfred@gmail.com. politicwithfred@gmail.com. Make sure you provide as much information to, lead me, you know, as best as possible in the direction you want me to go. You know, give me as much information so I can verify it as, you know, quicker, sooner than later, make it easy to verify. Just give me, you know, the facts, just the facts, like Friday, right? Dragnet. I want just the facts. Cali.
Ready, wins.
I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Based on Politics Unfiltered. The place where truth lives and corruption dies. Folks, it's important to watch the budget meetings. See what the different departments are requesting, how much they're receiving, and what is it for? Where is all this money going? Most of it's a salary. So, but it's important to know where the money's at. Got to know where the money's at. You know? Yeah, thank you. Bless up, you signed. Still collecting more? No. Oh, yeah. Yep, I signed. I definitely signed. Absolutely. We need to unite. Absolutely. I'm with that. Hispanic, Arab, Black, White, American, Asian, Indian. That's right. I say all of us. We're all in this together, right? It's all of us that live here in the city of Yonkers. We all want the same thing. Absolutely. Support for our families and end to corruption. Bring life back to Yonkers. Freddie's our savior. Thank you. Bring awareness to the masses. That's right, folks. So make sure you send me the information, please. You know, make sure you try to be, as detailed and try to verify, because I'm sure I'm getting information that's to throw me off and stuff like that. So just to make my job easier, so I can determine, you know, that this is, you know, true and, you know, not true, easier. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I promise you, no one will be exposed unless you're playing a game with me. Then I'm going to blow you up. But no game, no blow up. Game, blow up. Understand me? That's simple. I'm Freddie Vasquez. And I ain't going nowhere. Even if I got to do it butt naked in a box with a free Obama phone.
Ready.
I'm going to be on here. Bringing you this. You know it. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino. In order to get me that Obama phone, don't play with me.
Ready, wins.
Just kidding. Everybody gets an Obama phone. All colors. Got them in red.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
In another one, Mr. Rumo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
I want to end this quick because I'm greedy and I want some of the butter chicken. So thank you.
Let's get it popping.
Ready, wins. Fatality.
No!